Just hold the footage there for 1 sec. That's the two favourites for this year's Neptune Investment it's easy for you to say, Neptune Investment Management Novices Hurdle. And Andrew, Mike, if we can start with you on this occasion. We saw Red Sherlock there from the David Pipe Yard, unbeaten in 6 starts, and significantly he's won twice at Cheltenham. And that's a huge thing, isn't it, having Cheltenham success behind you?
It is definitely. You see the amount of horses come back there time after time. They love the place, a bit like Bosworth is 5 from 5. But I absolutely love Faheen. I think he's a good thing here. I think 3-1 is good value about him. You saw him winning in Limerick there. They weren't great horses he beat, the job is right in those, but they're 130 horses, they're okay. And he came down and popped the last 2. Emmett pulled him up to pop him like he was a horse having his first time out over a hurdle. He absolutely sauntered. He beat those with stones in hand, and I think he'll take an awful lot of beating in this.
Rob, he's currently around 3-1 favourite?
Yeah, 3-1, and obviously, we're taking the uncertainty out of it now, whether you think he's going to run in this or the Albert Bartlett non-runner no bet. Obviously Willie had his open day last Thursday, and about 7 or 8 o'clock a few lads who generally be on the mark with Willie horses were backing this lad for the Albert Bartlett and Briar Hill for the Neptune, and for the first time the lads sort of got a little bit worried because they've been on Faheen's side all year, but it appears as though those lads were maybe covering themselves in case they got it wrong. It is a graveyard, this race, for favourites. Denman managed to get beat Pont Alexander last year. It's one of those races that I don't think there's ever a bad Neptune, but the vibe. Patrick Mullins on a panel on Monday night, I was sitting beside him and he described this lad as an aeroplane, and when you win your bumper by 22 lengths and Jussie's Hills and horses like that are behind you, he's done nothing wrong, and whatever happens on Tuesday, this lad, I'd say, will be the banker of the meeting for Ireland.
Okay, thanks, Rob. Brian Flanagan, in terms of the betting, the first 3 in the betting last year filled the first 3 places, and there's every chance that might happen again this year. But I see Price-wise tipped up Royal Boy during the week, the Nicky Henderson horse. He won the Tolworth Hurdle recently, and he's got his chance, but he's facing 2 serious opponents here, and Faheen looks the one they all have to beat. Would you agree?
Yeah, it looks that way. I think it's interesting that Red Sherlock beat another horse of Willie's, Brad Finlan, there in the race we saw at Cheltenham, so he definitely knows how good Red Sherlock is because he's got a lovely line into him. Yeah, so I mean, if they're chalking up Faheen into this unbelievable horse that they say is, well, they must think they have to beat in the Red Sherlock. Royal Boy, I think, was beaten by another stablemate in the race at, was it Kempton? Yeah. Jossie's Hill, I think, beat him in Kempton. So, again, there's probably much of a muchness there. Was it the other way around? Look, it's hard to oppose Faheen. He's a bit of an unknown quantity. I mean, I imagine he'll be a lot shorter than 3-1 on the day, particularly if the first day goes well for Team Mullins, if like Hurricane Fly wins, if Cuvega wins, this fella could end up even money, I'd say. If you were going to back him, I'd probably back him now rather than wait till the day.
Yeah, he's obviously going to be a lot shorter if he has a good day. Andrew Lynch, obviously Willie just has unbelievable firepower, but have you been chatting to the boys about this lad? What's the view on him?
Yeah, the vibes are very good for him. They think he's a hell of a good horse. If they ran Briar Hill in this race, I'd fancy him. He looks to be a slow horse, but he's just a lazy horse. He quickened up well in Wexford one day. If they ran him in this race, I'd like to be on him. Horse Deputy Dan there in England of Oliver Sherwood's. He's been winning Mickey Mouse races, but at 14-1 he could be a bit of value as well.
Yeah, he won a Warwick last time out. Davey, again, Faheen looks the one they all have to beat, but Briar Hill, I mean, you have to respect Briar Hill. Any horse that wins the bumper like he did last year by, what was it, over 7 lengths, that was some performance, and if he goes back there again, he's got a right chance. Bidding to do what Champagne Fever did the year before in winning a novice hurdle after winning the bumper. Yeah,
I'd say visually, from my point of view, anybody that was back in Briar Hill for this race and Faheen for the 3 mile must have been off their fucking head. Because all Faheen does during his race is travel and travel and travel, and all Briar Hill does during his race is run lazy, and it's standing out a mile that Briar Hill wants 3 miles and Faheen wants a shorter trip. So I have a serious issue over Faheen's jumping. I think there's a big issue. I know he's a winner of a point to point, but his jumping hasn't really been brilliant at any stage of any race, including today in Navan. He wasn't wonderful at the last. Again, he was lucky maybe to stand up, and a horse that I've fierce respect for is Red Sherlock. I think he's going to absolutely go fierce gallop. He's going to put them all to the test, and he's going to take a fair horse to beat Red Sherlock, especially around Cheltenham. I think Royal Boy has no chance. He's a horse that went chasing, and they decided after running him over fences that they go back over hurdles. He was a second string when he beat Justice Hill in Kempton that day. So any lines along Royal Boy don't add up to me for him to be a good horse. So I think the value in the race is Red Sherlock.
Okay, what price is he currently? Around 5s, Rob, is it?
Yeah.
5 to 1 Red Sherlock. So there you have a bit